Hello, Toddbog here. We're breaking the stream, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Age of Wonders 4. We're going on to Scenario 2, the second world. Actually, I should probably show that off here. The Enchanted Archipelago. Become an ambassador of the Covenant and venture to the Enchanted Archipelago, where once banished wizard is abusing the currents of creation. Investigate the goals of the Shaddai Alliance and free the realm from the Siren Goddess. So we've got islands. And I'm going to hover over these so you can pause if you want to look at them. Wildlands, some more animals, and ancient wonders such as ziggurats are absent. Underground, smaller, and free cities are rare. We're going to go on normal difficulty because I want to show off the level, not show off. And then basically what I've created, and we'll go through it here, is I've created a custom race because there's some hidden achievements, which are inspired by Lord of the Rings. So we're going to show that off. So I've created the Nomoria Goblins, and we'll kind of go ahead and edit just so you can see the choices. So Goblinoid, I chose Keen-Sighted, which is more accuracy on ranged and magic attacks, and Elusive to gain more defense when you're moving away. So allows our guys to get to where they need to go with less hassle, and to hit what they're wanting to shoot at. So we're choosing Dark because that's what we need for the alignment, but as you can see, it negates city stability income penalties, so we can really beat up our people without any worries once we upgrade to our first hall. City structures grant knowledge and extra income from prisons and crypts. We do Cull the Weak negative status effects, or we Cull the Weak, which improves our damage against units that are weakened. So that's a useful thing. And then, of course, we're more towards the evil alignment.
Their society?
I thought about choosing some of the, like, Ruthless Raiders would be an interesting one for the thing, but I went with Prolific Swarmers to, you know, basically key in that they're going to swarm the enemy with lower quality units and such. And the Adept Settlers to represent how numerous they are. So they're going to be able to get an extra city cap. Founding cities cost less, and you gain extra population. So those are the two I went with here.
Choose your first tome.
And then for my tome, I decided the Tome of Souls to deal with undead. I think because of the two dark tomes, Cryomancy seemed less like what they would be about. This is a little bit more, so we can do some damage. We can, create undead and let them support us as well. So, not a perfect match, but we have to be a Wizard King.
Reveal yourself
in order to become what we are, which is the human here. And you can see all the things. We chose Lightning Orb, and then I tried to get them up as close to my Nomoria colors as possible, given the colors. There is a nice, what do you call it? There is a mod that I'll probably look at getting, which expands your color choices and everything like that. Oh, speaking of which, one thing I forgot to do is change my logo. What do I like here? Yeah, we'll go with just this one here. Alright, so it can be Shadow Lady. I think Shadow Lady is kind of weird, actually, so we'll change this to... so what you have to do is basically become a Master of Chaos. So, Chaotica. So, Chaotica, Serpina, Shadowcrest. Kind of rolled those and got the Nomoria Goblins. So, we're going to go ahead and proceed here. So again, we're chasing after a hidden achievement.
The astral sea connects all and everything. To most, it is merely a way to travel between worlds. Yet some call the astral sea itself their home. Of the many beings who reside within, the curious mare are the most gentle. They swim through the magical currents with ease and use their voices to guide lost souls to safety. This is the story of one such mare called Elia, whose curiosity led her to misery. This particular young mare was intrigued by the worlds that connect to the astral sea. She was specifically attracted to a realm called the Enchanted Archipelago, for its tides resembled her natural habitat, yet felt so different. But it did not take long before Elia's visit turned into a nightmare. when she was captured by a capricious Godir called Nimue, who sought to study her for her beauty and power. The self-proclaimed goddess, Nimue, used Elia in her efforts to create her ultimate race of followers. But her results never lived up to her ever-shifting demands. Elia was forced to watch Nimue drown her own creations over and over again, only to begin anew once more. The horrified Elia, shackled and sequestered, could only sing a desperate song carried by the currents over the astral sea. Elia's song reached Mage Haven, where the Covenant, a virtuous alliance of Godir, heard her plea. The Covenant sought to uphold the ancient agreements of peace and stability, and were thus concerned by the song about Nimue. Had the siren goddess gone mad with power, or was another force at play? One zealous Godir of the Covenant volunteered to investigate the enchanted archipelago and liberate it from Nimue's drowning embrace.
All right, there we go. That's your story there. So yeah. So like I said, we were chasing an enchantment. We were chasing an achievement. So it's kind of a fun way to try and decide which way to go in terms of your character creation and everything like that. So new ruler emerges. So we're going to take our goblins and go. We've got Soulfire, so a good damage spell. Does about 20, and adjacent units take about 10. And then Ice Shackles, another good damage spell that slows a unit, and so it hits 2 units for 14 frost. So, alright. So you arrive at the outer edges of the enchanted archipelago. You're greeted by a wistful voice, the one that pulled you to this realm. The voice sings of love turned to obsession, of a wrathful goddess and enthralled people, of a lake, a wellspring, turned into a prison. She sings desperately for the arrival of a savior of this realm. Suddenly, the voice is drowned out by cackling laughter before it falls silent, leaving nothing but the sound of wind and waves. The creature pleads with you to liberate her and the people of this realm from the wrath of the siren goddess. So that's a ruler that we're going to be dealing with. So it ends in victory once we do this. So we can it's optional to explore the prison, but we can claim the enchanted archipelago. So, all right. So let's take a quick peek. So first of all, we already start at 2 because we chose Adept Settlers. So we're going to choose an upgrade for our forces. So let's see, we've got access to, we'll just hover over, a mine, or gold vein. We should have extra food here for pastures. And then I think that is it. Yeah, everything else is pretty much standard as far as what we can expand into right now. So, I typically like to go with a farm early anyways to get more population, and I think that's what we'll do here. That'll get us the extra food. Our next step will be to get the gold, and then eventually we'll get this, actually, yeah, this will probably be next here. Up here we'll do not a quarry, a forester if we can, and we'll claim this as well for extra production. But starting units, looks like we got ourselves a couple animals, a razorback and a dread spider hatchling here to attack. We currently contain a couple pursuers, which are the tier 1 range units, a couple dark warriors, which are your standard shock units. So they shock in this case means they get a single higher damage attack as opposed to multiple attacks. And then of course we get a warlock with weakening bolts, and then of course ourselves. So real quick, for those of you who don't know, Lightning Orb gives you a 10 damage lightning attack that's continuous. So that means you can attack up to 3 times. You can overchannel, so you can cast additional spells as the Overlord, and that is pretty much the core of it. So we can set our Arcane Research. So I think, yeah, this is probably the good one here. So Soulbound is how you can get souls. It gives you an increase in that, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to basically just start working on corpses. So we're going to do auto combat, and then I'll, since this is early, if you're just catching this as your first video, you can kind of see what happens here. I may do some manual battles later in the series when they're a little more important, But this can just kind of show you some of the basics here. Positioning is going to be important. And as you can see, we've got the advantage with range, so we just dropped a nice little ice spell. That is not the place I would have gone. Okay, that's probably why we took some damage here. We're only getting single shots when we could have been hitting them up pretty heavily, so. But we get a couple of lightning bolts here. So as you can see, range, positioning is important. Shock troops are running up and doing a big old swing. And it cancels their retaliation, so they don't get to attack back. So that really helped out. So that's why we killed those spiders pretty quickly. But yeah, so that's the core of it. Oh yeah, that's right. They are archers, huh? They have low morale though, so there's a chance they're going to do less damage. Ugh, but that hurt. Why'd you move up? Oh, maybe the terrain. And then we'll go up and smack them. Boom, with a critical hit. So, that's nice. So yeah, we took some damage on our archers. Put them a little out of position, but... So for those of you who did not watch the first series or are not familiar with some of the changes, you saw that my scout got pulled into it because it does a range, which you can check with the highlight view which armies could aid this battle. Anything within that range could be included, up to 3 armies. So it's kind of a neat thing. However, what do we got here? Yeah, we can do some... go ahead and clear this off too. Nice safe battle. We'll go ahead and auto this one. And yeah, we took a little more damage, but again, we're not playing... If we were playing at a much higher difficulty, I probably would take over these battles and retry them in order to ensure that we could minimize our health, because this game does require a lot of momentum to be challenging at higher levels for sure. So I'm going to go up here because I see some mana, and I just want to verify, yeah, this is all just water here. So we'll set production here. My workshop is already boosted, and that gives additional production, so that's probably where we're going to go. We'll start with that. And then what I'll do is I'll probably build a forester, which I was planning anyways, to get this granary storehouse boosted so that I can build that a little faster. Alright, so we can already level up. So the question is, I think we're going to become a support person here, because I think that just makes the most sense. So base attack gains 90% chance of inflicting soulbound and extra damage against soulbound people. So that's probably a good idea. That's a good way to get more of our soulbound income. So we'll go ahead and do that. And the reason that's going to be important, we don't have any actual spells in the strategic map, but we'll eventually be able to use that to recruit. Yeah, or we can use it right now to recruit skeletons, which are nice, cheap, tier 1. Compared to our Dark Warrior here. Dark Warrior has 60 health, does 18 damage. Has 65 health, but does 12 damage, but it has 2 and 1 in armor. So slightly higher armor. Charge resistant, so you know, basically it can prevent the shock troops from doing their extra damage, and then of course they've got immunity to morale effects. So they do cost you mana upkeep instead, so it's just something to keep in mind when you're planning out. For the time being, I don't need them, so. All right. Call of the Covenant, unique Pantheon quest. The voice of an unknown Godir reaches out from beyond the Astral Sea. Chaotica Serpina Shadowcrest, the Godir, the Covenant, hope you arrive safely. My name is Shira Snowblood. I was one of the Godir who heard the song of the being called Elia. I'm glad you volunteered to investigate. We of the Covenant must act upon any call for help, but first we must verify these allegations against Nimue. The Covenant urges you to visit the native city of Edenham, which should be near you. Its people may be of aid to your investigation. So, and rewards, you get knowledge and a mystery bonus. So, okay. Well, let's do this. Oh, there is something on the books, unfortunately, so we're not going to be able to do that. Alright. Fine. We'll come back down here. Alright. So I think we'll go ahead and go with that safe battle here. And again, auto. So Plague Serpent's a little tougher. Inferno Puppy's not terrible, but took a little more damage, but that's fine. Question is, do I want to? So one of the things is this guy's an attacker only, so it doesn't do any healing, which means that, you know, we're going to take some damage, but we'll go ahead and do that. There's Edenheim. Oh, it's a ruin. Oh, interesting. So we can animate a ruin, or we can just rebuild it. So we could utilize our souls, and if we do that, that actually will raise it 2 turns quicker than just rebuilding it. So it's kind of neat. But of course we need the souls in order to do that. So, all right. So we healed a little. Let's go ahead and do this. Get a few more souls for the Empire. I collected 4. Okay. So we got that. Let's go here. I think we're going to go ahead and... Okay. Drowned Echoes. You approach what should have been a proud city, but which now seems to be nothing but a brackish swamp. Broken stone structures jut out from the waters, quickly crumbling under the constant lashing of the elements. Splashing through the once bustling streets, your army finds no signs of life. Bloated corpse riddles the streets and rotting markets. Seems as if they did not even have time to flee the tide that took their lives. Their entire city, entire people were drowned. Your army stands silent as the rain falls, wondering what to do. So we can receive 75 Imperium to rebuild. We can study their knowledge, instantly finishing our research. We can loot, or you can just go evil and say, this is what happens when you dissipate your Chaotica, my Nomoria Goblins. So all my units will get morale bonus, and my city will get 32 stability. So Imperium's usually a good choice, which will let me rebuild the city right away, or I should say in 4 turns. I usually like to go with knowledge, but we're going to go with the Imperium in this case. Alright. After reporting the state of the drowned city you encountered, the Covenant sends the answer. We're deeply saddened to hear about the fate of the city we asked you to visit. Seems the words of Elia are true, and that the water wizard Nimue has drowned these people. This is worse than we thought. We urge you to approach Nimue with utmost caution. The fate of this realm lies in your hands. For this, the Covenant has decided to lend its knowledge. Ask Chaotica Serpina Shadowcrest, and you shall receive. So I receive 116 knowledge, and then I can get basic seafaring or 75 Imperium. So we're going to go with basic seafaring because that's just about the same. I can't really remember. We'll do that, but we'll take a look. Because basic seafaring, yeah, it doesn't say anymore, does it? Okay. But it would cost us some Imperium to do anyways. But getting it right away means flying and floating units can travel over water, and we can embark to get through. And since we know we're in an islands area, that just makes sense, right? So, but we're going to go here, and we're going to rebuild the ruins. And that means in 4 turns we're going to have ourselves an army, so, or a city, not an army. All right. Meanwhile, let's send the Wolf Rider out. Alright, yeah, we'll pick up this knowledge here. We learned Soulbinders. So basically we can cast this now and all our units will be enchanted with that. Our mage units, so 1. But that'll be very helpful. We don't have any non-dark units right now, so go with the buff here. Let's see. Or we do the 2 vision range. We'll do the 2 vision range. I think that'll be useful. And we leveled up again, so we're now level 3 already, huh? Alright, going back to the support. Experience leader is always a good one. Gives a 2 experience. Adds up over time as you go through your turns, obviously. So, more importantly, it gives you more in the support role, which allows you to get some new support abilities. Stranded creations. So, 1 Western survivor, 1 Eastern survivor. Your outriders report interesting sightings from beyond the horizon. One of them approaches you. My Chaotica, we have seen ships of unknown origin on the western horizon and trodden underground passages in the east. Seems that some of Nimue's creations have survived her wrath. Perhaps they can even be persuaded to join you on your quest to liberate the realm. With your permission, my Chaotica, we should set sail to find these people and their rulers. So, alright, so we just basically have to go and find these survivors, which we'll work on. Meanwhile, let's verify. Yep, 3 turns. So we're going to go ahead and take out these guys here. Alright, so we're going to hit auto combat again. Nobody died except for them, which is the best way. We got 8 more souls. So So we're just collecting them as we go. Alright, so at this point, Blade Hollow can now get this, which I was thinking about, which is the Forester. So we'll do that to reclaim that. This will let us then build our storehouse, get that food income for even quicker population. So right now our population takes 143 food in order to turn out a population. So an extra 10 food will help us speed along as we go through, and other modifiers, of course, will kick in as well. So that's just a useful thing to do. So now we have empire development skills, and we have the points to do it. So we can do knowledge extraction. Gain 50 knowledge per level of hero defeated in combat. Not really great for us, so we're going to hold off as we continue to build here. So this one's a pretty good one if there are free cities around, so we'll have to wait and see if that's going to be of use. I'm sure there will be, but it's a matter of how many. And I think what we want to do is come up here and just kind of clear that out for now. And we're basically looking to just clear out our areas, gain our cities, start building up, and we'll eventually move to... yeah, there we go. We'll move to do more exploring on this island, but that's what the scout's for, typically. Okay. So we'll go ahead and just move there. So for those of you who are playing random maps or aren't sure which way to explore, just keep in mind that there are roads, and the roads are generally a good direction to kind of go to find important things. And it gives you that extra movement as well, which is useful. So, alright. Enchanted Crow Companion. So, Baneful Curse. Sundered Defense, Sundered Resistance weakened. But I think the Bone Golem is just better. I like the Crab Walk it does. So, basically, it can be created in a city by using souls or fusing two skeletons together. So, what's useful, they're a shock unit, so they have a charge just like our current troops. But they can consume corpses to heal, and they have 70 life, which is pretty useful with 2 defense. So we're going to go ahead and go with the Bone Golem. That'll give us a use for our soul's income as we kill things. Let's see. All right. So now we've already got that. So we're now making 68 food a turn. Knowledge is very useful. Knowledge and gold is also useful. So we'll start with this. Essentially, I want to get to the Dread Hall or Dread Spire as soon as possible for the gold income and the ability to do Warlocks and Night Guard. The Night Guard are a pretty good polearm unit, good defense, and so they've got access to some abilities there. So let's go ahead and start with the library, though. Knowledge is going to just be something we're going to be utilizing for a while. Let's see. Of the units I have... yeah, it's a pretty good mix, actually, so we'll hold off on creating any new units for now. So let's start with this. We'll cast that first. And then we'll cast the Soul Binders later, I think. Okay. So you're just basically going up here to clear this out. And then I think we'll come over here and start clearing. No, actually we might go back. Although we have enough that Adina will be able to expand fairly quickly. So, alright, so we've got ourselves a new annexation. I want to get over to this mana would probably be very useful. But this gold is also pretty useful here too. So, do I go with... So, looking to see, I'm probably going to go with a mine here, because I don't get mines anywhere else. And you need mines to build certain buildings at a bare minimum, so... Alright, let's go into the sea. And now we're in a boat. And we're going to do some exploring here, so... Alright, so this will enchant, and now my scouts will have an extra bit of scouting range, so now we can see a bit further now. And we do have access to this one. Free cities or vassals, huh? Well, we'll debate on that, because we need the Imperium to do other things. And there we go. Crockhold. It's now up and running. Getting mana would probably be useful, so we'll go ahead and build a conduit here. And looks like we got... What is this? Oh, it's magic material. I should have done that first. Oh, well. When annexed, gives a bunch of knowledge, so yeah. Yeah, and I would have gotten gold. Okay, well, easy enough. Let's spend a chunk, and we'll go ahead and build ourselves a research post. Alright, there we go. So that really boosted our gold income, so we got a nice chunk. And then now our knowledge is up to 99, which is great. So yeah, pretty good there. We got some stuff we can clear out over here, but we got to do some building here. So first thing I should build is a workshop. And then over here, let's just build ourselves a pursuer just to... So the pursuer is a ranged unit, so there's different tiers of archer. You got ranged, and then you've got skirmisher, for instance. So that's... And then for your melee, you've got 3 different ones. You got your shock, your pole arm, and then your fighter. I guess there's 4. There's a shield as well. So your troops rush a group of winged creatures, but notice they neither attack nor retreat. Your foes fly around the area, flapping their wings, making alarm noises. They don't wish to engage your superior numbers, but appear loath to retreat. It seems that they're protecting some nearby nests. Will you allow the airborne beasts to retreat with their eggs, or will you attack? Let's see. So we could build an aviary, which will give us a temporary boost in city stability. Not really great, especially blocking production for 3 turns. We can let them run, fly you foul, or we can coal them, which is what we're going to do because that's the evil thing. And also gives us experience, which is very important. So we got ourselves that. We got ourselves some souls. And yeah, that knowledge was definitely great. So small monster den, so we'll have to clear that out. But all right. Well, I was thinking we'll probably move over here because we'll want to clear these out anyways, get access to them, and then we'll have to determine what we want to do. Okay. Anyways, so I see red down here, so that might be useful to go to see who's got that. And voila. Meeting Flotsam, the voice of reason. Seer Fortuna Glavestar, the free city of Flotsam, greets you. I must admit, I'm happy to meet you. Did Decimus send you? I'm an old friend of King Decimus the Unwavering and one of his most trusted advisors. We've supported each other through many hardships, including the moment when Nimue first discarded my people, and soon after his... Although Decimus still denies the truth. Myself, I've had time to grieve. Now I merely wish for the freedom of the people in this realm. So, perhaps together we can convince him of Nimue's true nature if you prove yourself to be different. So we'll go ahead and enter the negotiations and give them the Whispering Stone. Because they do seem to be Goblin Uniters. Okay, that's not great for us. But they have Leaf Skin, which gives them Forest Walk and stuff. Fast Recuperation and Sneaky. Alright, well, we'll just give them Whispering Stone. And I guess what we'll do is we'll accept this here, because this will give us vision range, plus, more importantly, 10 knowledge per turn. So we'll be able to get our books a little quicker as well. And now I can see what she can see, which is what? Alright, well, let's zoom out. Oh, there's Flotsam. Okay. Then why is this red? Oh, because of the monsters. I see. Okay. Well, let's explore our island first, and I think doing it from the sea isn't going to be a bad idea. We can now cast Bone Golem. Soulbind Army. So enemy units and target army gain Soulbound, so it's a world spell that we cast, but that will give us extra souls. Yeah, let's do that. Start planning for that. So we produced our library, so the only thing left we have that's boosted is the experimentation chamber. Let's see, we would need a second forester for that. A quarry would help as well. A second farm would be useful for the stonemason. So Arcane Institute needs a quarry and a forest. So I think a quarry might be our next choice, but let's go ahead and build the experimentation chamber. And 30 souls for this is pretty good. But we'll hold off right now because I don't want to pay the extra upkeep for now. It's not going to do too much for us. So we got the tranquility pool. Oh yeah. What does that do anyways? So researching spells cost 10% less knowledge. So really nice to have that as a thing. So and we can now get a hero because we have the second city as well. And we have the gold form. So let's take a look at what they have. So inspiring defense, gains a stack. Oh, and attacks an enemy, gains a stack of bolstered defense. So you get a +1 defense. That's kind of nice. Rooted healer. This unit and all friendly adjacent units heal 20 temporary hit points, then enters defensive mode. Or unyielding. Don't want unyielding as much. Let's take a look at them here. Vigor, so extra hit points, sword and board, and the wolf mount. Mystic mace, okay. It's got leaf skin. Let me see if we got anything here. Nomoria Goblins, Goblin Uniters, and then let's see, restore. Restore is useful. Between the two of these, the Berserker's Rage. Yeah, I think I prefer the healing sap, so we're going to go ahead and recruit this one. Alright, and then we'll set a governor. So, that is all good to go. An evil presence lingers in these lands. It's a large monster den, so that's going to take a while to cut through. A few tier 2s and everything, so you got to keep leveling up. There's an underground passage and a Mother Ash over here, so okay. Siren Goddess. Nimue defeated. You meet Nimue herself, her eyes seething with hatred and insanity. You, intruder, trespasser, what are you doing in my realm? Your ugly so-called Nomoria Goblins taint it with imperfection. No matter, you'll be easily destroyed by my beloved chosen children, and I'll use your essence to empower my people even further. You should be grateful, as you'll be part of true perfection. There's no reasoning with Nimue. You can only liberate the realm by defeating her. So, we're already at war. Nice. Chosen children. So, major transformation. Gaia is chosen. Her mind's a torrent of unpredictable chaos. She wills it, and her children rise from the surge, breathing her very lifeblood. Like the tide beating against the changing coastline, so too is Nimue among the Godir. Her power is undeniable, yet her mood swirls like waves on a tide pool. Her children all accept that. Inevitably, all will find themselves drowned in a watery grave. Obsequious and ever condescending, so I don't know how to pronounce that first word. Nimue's chosen children know that their time as her favored creation is limited, and if they're not careful, they'll all end up drowned in the depths. Fortunately, these clever amphibians have an affinity for water and know how ways of quietly slipping beneath the surface when her storms start to churn up the muck. So what does she got? She's got herself resilient, so status effects. Swamp terrains cost -2 move points and able to build farms on swamp. She's mystic. Experienced seafarers, so bonuses on fisheries, and adept settlers. So, war it is. All right. Now, do we know where she's at? Oh, is that her? No, that's a monster thing. Oh, is this her unit here? Yep, there she is. So you do 3, 3, and 3 in a shot. You have 52 of 74 hit points. What do I got? I haven't really looked at starting units here. I only have 49 hit points, and I shoot a bow for 6 each. Yeah. No, we're nowhere near where she needs, or where you need to be. Okay. So I continue moving, so let's go ahead and explore down here. Meeting Decimus the Unwavering. You meet Decimus the Unwavering of the Atoning Toadman. He eyes you up and puffs his chest. My name was given to me by the siren goddess herself. As a blessed children of Nimue, we only aim to please her. Unfortunately, she has deemed us imperfect. With her guidance, we have taken it upon ourselves to patrol and protect the realm. I know she will love us again if we prove ourselves worthy. Decimus sounds desperate. The siren goddess will love us again. So is there anything I can do to convince you of the true nature of your goddess? Voice of Reason. Decimus the Unwavering harumphs. You have stories about my goddess. Lies, no doubt. He pauses for a moment. Very well. I will respect the rules of negotiation. Through my duties, I have met others who share good contacts. Some tell the strangest stories about the goddess's love turning to wrath, but that can't be. These people, they fell out of the goddess's grace, but I'm sure there's a misunderstanding. She would never truly drown us, would she? He winces as being scolded for something you cannot hear. Decimus rubs his temple. If you wish to convince me, convince the seer of Flotsam to your good intentions first. I respect her insight. So, alright, cool. We just have to be nice with the other city, which is exactly what we're doing anyway, so. Alright. Come over here again. Oh yeah, that's right, I got a new hero. Alright. Well, it's time to start generating an army, I guess. So, go ahead and get a couple of Dark Warriors. And a couple of Pursuers. And then we'll hopefully be able to upgrade to that Warlock by the time that's all done. For the time being, I'm going to have you camp here. Okay, so we found the Western Survivor. Alright, let's kill ourselves some spiders. Nice and easy there. And we got a Bone Wyvern mount. Alright, beautiful. So let's go ahead and equip ourselves with a Bone Wyvern. So now we have the Bone Wyvern, which has +2 vision range. It's flying, can move in any terrain, requires seafaring to traverse water, and can safely move past most other units. So we can get where we need to get to do our thing. So that's good. The +2 vision range, though, is nice. So, orders required over here. Let's see, make sure none of that is our pickups. We'll go and just continue to explore. Oh, there we go. That's the something toadies. What are they called? Atoning Toadmen. Okay. There's another city ruins down here, so got a couple fisheries being built by the Penance, which is the toady town. And we can now soulbind our army. Alright, so we get a new book. I need to do Chaos. So Tome of the Horde just makes the most sense of the two. Pyromancers are kind of nice, but yes. So we're just going to do Tome of the Horde. That'll allow us to get Spawnkin, which is just a useful thing, and kind of fits with our theme. So yeah, we'll do that. We can also start building mob camps and stuff if we want to.
Masters of the Horde understand the power of
So let's go ahead and do Spawnkin. Alright. And we're already boosted, so yep, this is what we were looking for. 3 populations, all we needed. So in 3 turns, we'll have the Dreadspire. And yeah, that'll be it. Oh, I'm an idiot. I could also do this. So the mana kind of jumps out at me. Fishery is just food. I was going for a quarry, I think, is the intention. So let's make sure there's no differences here. Alright, so we'll do a quarry here. That should then allow us to build some other things once we get that. Over here, what do we got? Yeah, so we'll probably attack both of these. So we'll start with the easier one. Nice and easy. We leveled up, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright. So, as a supporter, we do strength training now, giving it 10% damage. Upkeep, defensive training. Battle Seeker training is really good too. It's for tier 1 units only, though. So let's go ahead and do defensive training. Okay. And there we go. So we leveled up. We got some stronger armies as well. And we'll go ahead and auto this combat as well. See, now we lost a Dark Warrior. So the question is, do we want to retry? And I think I do. I think we can do this without losing that Dark Warrior. Because I'm guessing the AI did some stupid stuff. So, I'm going to take a look here. Alright, so they moved up. So, of the things that we have here, the young caustic worms are pretty powerful. Let's see if I can... There we go. They have a charge strike, so it does 18 damage, 9 and 9, but only on a single attack. So that's pretty good. We can deal with that. The Butcher Ogre, though, is going to be the problem. And the Butcher Ogre... let's see if I can... No. Alright. Let me just hover over him. Did I just forget how to do this? There we go. Left click. Alright. The Butcher Ogre just does a 13 damage melee strike, which is pretty damaging already. Has 4 defense, 3 resistance, and then, of course, has 86 health. But it also has this Butcher Cut, which has a chance of one-shotting your army, and does have a higher chance as they're missing more health, and it'll heal him. So I kind of want to destroy him first. He's charge resistant, so our charging guys can't just go right up. So we have to make some decisions here. So if I go here, I'd be able to shoot once. Well, what's their movement? Then he would be able to attack me. So I think right now we'll just work on getting in position. So go ahead and move you guys up here. And we'll go ahead and defend. Same thing with these guys and defend.
This is a battle mage.
Yes, I know it's a battle mage unit. Go here. And I don't think I have any targets, right? Because it's a range of 4. Yep. So we'll defend. I think I'm going to put myself in the line of fire here to reduce the risk of possible damage to my troops. And then, yep, that should be everybody. So on turn 1 you can't cast spells, so I will definitely be casting spells going forward here. So 10 and 10 or 14 and be slowed. Oh, let's see. And this will do damage to all 3 of them, whereas this will do damage to 2. So we'll just do that. Okay. So, nice 22 damage to start. I could choose to overchannel and do it that again. That may not be a bad idea. Other option is I can do 21 damage there. So we're going to overcharge instead. And we're going to go ahead and Soulfire again. There we go. Alright, and then we will shoot them 3 times. There we go. Alright. So, we need to move up, essentially. Oh, first, you'll move up 1, and we'll go ahead and shoot. Alright. So, charge attack 16 would kill him. So I think we'll do that. There we go. That gives him a little regeneration, so that's good. And then basically I want to see if I move 1, I'm not going to be in range. So I might as well move up the full 3. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to hit these guys, because these guys have that charge strike. Those guys are also a shark unit, huh? Okay, well, it's 100% either way, so we'll just go ahead and shoot our bow once. That weakens them, so that's useful. And we're going to do the same thing with this unit here. Only a 50% chance, but no, that missed. That's to be expected, though. So the other option is I can come up here, since everybody's a chargey type, though. So let's go ahead and just move here, and we'll do defense. And I think that's it. So, oh, okay. Yeah, cancel defense and bleeding. Oh, they both came over this way, huh? Yeah, that sucks. Okay, well, not what I was expecting, but let's go ahead and cast this one. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and kill these guys first. And then the archers can probably finish them off, yeah. There we go. So we fought it a little bit better. We got ourselves an extra unit out of it, essentially. We did take a little damage across the way, but I did not know that this was a thing. What do you call it? Arcanium ore. So that is, well, that is something to keep in mind for the future show. Yeah, because Arcanium ore, when fought on, does something during the battle. So you saw that explosion effect. So luckily we didn't get hit by it, but it could definitely be bad news bears. All right, so the question is, I can probably just work my way over and take that from this town. So I had to get this mana site, which was going to be my next site anyways, and then we'll grab this one. So that'll be useful. Yeah, we've got some useful stuff here. All right, so that's all done. We've got this unit down here. Can do some more exploring. Well, not really, but we'll go here just to finish scouting out this area. So we see some interesting stuff here. This is another the Astral Dew gives you more casting points, which is very useful. But yeah, it looks like we got to head back. And then we built our spire, so we can now ignore negative effects. Here, I'll show you. So if you're not aware, you can actually look at your province and structures in this little gear icon. And the Dread Spire gives negative city stability states, give no economic penalties, unlock special province improvements, and then, of course, gold income and everything. So pretty useful. So we got a fairly healthy gold income for our level right now. Special province improvements. I can do Dark Forge in terms of a mine. And that's not bad at all. Extra gold plus draft. And then do this instead of a forester. So those are options. But let's go ahead and work on getting our mana boosted. So we'll go ahead and start with that. We're going to go ahead and cast ourselves Soul Binders. And we produced a shrine already because of the overbuild. So that's nice. Don't need... Arcane Institute would be useful. Yeah, that actually would be very useful. Knowledge is always useful in this game, so. And then we got ourselves Call of Chaos. Grants a unit based on the infestation. It's not great, but it's not bad. Excavate could be fun. This one's going to be useful. Founding or absorbing are -2 turns. And they gain a +1 population, so I'll get that next turn, so I'll save it. Because I will be founding some more cities for sure, so. Alright, I think we'll be okay with these guys here, so let's go ahead and just kill them. The towering brewer ogre gibbers in terror at your army's approach. It hunkers down, hiding its features behind its gigantic fingers. Seeing their leader submit, the rest of the tribe follows suit. The area is soon filled with the sounds of mournful howls and deep-throated cries for mercy. Do you allow him to and its gigantic clan to retreat, or will you attack? Slay them all. Conscript them as laborers. Receive 287 production, which is nice. I won't be able to build any army troops. But no, I think we need to slay them all. I wish there was a way to hire him. He's kind of cool. Took some damage, but overall, not bad. Not bad at all. Ring of the Inspired Killer. Nice. So when I kill things, there's double penalties to morale for the enemy. So, nice. Alright. So what is this? It's a fairly weak army. We're a little beat up, though, so I might return. Do I need to clear anything out here? This would probably be useful to clear out. So, yeah, we'll take a look here. Anyways, let's see. We built our first defender. Go ahead and camp with that. We're at 2 units there for now, so we'll have to just keep working our way through that. It's pretty crowded over here, so I'm going to work our way around here. And we got Spawnkin. Okay, so we have to cast that next. Summon Irregulars, Blaze of the Horde, or Baneful Curse. So Blaze of the Horde does more damage with tier 1s, but assuming you have a full army with a hero, you're doing, with all tier 1s, 15 damage. And then obviously a little less as you go, but adjacent enemies also suffer that. So not as good as some of our other spells right now, but can be good if you start building up larger armies. But I think of all of these, so -1 defense status, resistance status, and they deal less damage. Weakened is useful in that regard because we do more damage against weakened units. We're going to go with this, though, because we're going to have plenty of mana, and we can use that to build our army up, even if they're not great. So Soulbinders, this will allow my battle mages to inflict soul binding on the enemy. And looks like we can now do Magic Origin unit upkeeps reduced. We'll do that later. Well, we could probably do both, but let's do this one, though. Allow us to build cities faster, and yeah, we'll do that one, too. So now it'll reduce anything that has a mana upkeep. We're just building up our souls as we go, so that's the intention here. So, all right, I believe. I forgot. I gotta cast. Okay, cool. I don't know if I've ever watched independent cities do that, but I don't think he's an independent. I guess he's a full-on lord, isn't he? Yep, there he is. Okay. Your claimed province has been captured. So I now have a grievance against him if I want to. Alright, we'll worry about that later. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to work to get back into our territory because that lets us heal. And then we'll work our way down and do some fighting down here. Meanwhile, you are going this way because we're going to do some more exploring. And we can now annex another site. I think we're thinking of... Oh, this one has an iron deposit as well, so that's pretty useful. Very rare to see the mines, so as you can see, a mine may not be a bad idea, so that's what we'll do here. Alright, evil presence lingers. That was our turn. Alright. Decimus is over here as well, huh? He's just everywhere. Okay. So, oh, I moved to a non-city location. Oh, because of this stupid thing. Alright, well, whatever. I need to get this gold anyways before he takes it. If I can. Okay, underground passage. What is that? Focus crystals. Nice. That gives bonus experience to everybody. So, I keep forgetting to do this shadow thing. Is Fury of the Horde. That's a buff spell. Okay. So we'll just do more damage. Soul. Tier 1 units become strengthened. Gain 1 strengthen, gain 20 maximum health until the end of battle, have the negative status effects removed. That's pretty good. Houndmaster is a... Let's see. Fires projectiles, but more importantly, summons a Warhound, which is just a free unit, so both of these are good. Of the two, I'll probably use Soul Overflow first, so we'll just do that. Alright. Crockhold. Let's see. Boost by having 5 population, so we'll wait a little bit on that one. We'll build a storehouse because, again, always useful to get the extra population growth. And then you can claim a site, so we're going to claim over here, and I think we're going to go with the... Alright, do I have a mana conduit? He took that all. So we're going to go with the conduit. And then I can do a research post for that. Okay, perfect. And we now get unit tier 1 units cost minus 30% upkeep. That's just more gold in our pocket, so let's do that. That gained us, right now it gained us about, what, 16 more gold per turn? Which really adds up. And we're now at a Pact of Cooperation, so pretty soon we'll get at a Pact of Loyalty. So let's see, where can we... So my alignment is a problem for them. So for this mission, what did I need to do? I need a Pact of Loyalty. Okay. I thought it needed like improved relations, but we just need the Pact of Loyalty, which will be in 8 turns. Or I can spend 42 and make it 4 turns. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't know if it's a good idea to spend on those, but you do get some benefits from the economy. So for 40, I feel it might be worth it, but let me know in the comments if you feel like after doing the math, it's just not worth it spending your Imperium on that instead. So Soul Overflow, we talked about that already, so what can we get here? We need 1 more research, so I'm always inclined to choose a weaker research. I don't need very fast movement, so we'll do Blaze of the Horde. Just because it will get useful at some point. Alright, so we'll grab that. What are you guarding? Silver tongue fruit, okay. And then you're guarding crystals. Mana node, okay, perfect. Alright, so we'll grab this, we'll clean these up, and then we'll come down here and clear out this, I think, is the idea. And then let's see what we got over here. We'll go this way first. Let's check out this. They're already moving over with an army, huh? Blade Hollow. You've constructed your thing. Let's see. Underground laboratory, huh? So the academy here needs a research post, so you can see why we have to do a little bit of an expansion of what we're choosing, but yeah, everything else here is not boosted. So what do I need? Granary, again, useful, plus 20 food. Boosting it would require a second forester, which we're not going to get for a while. So I'm inclined to do that. So let's do that. Because 20 food would definitely be useful. That puts us at 71 food. Our people hate us right now, but that's okay because we're not affected by it. So, because you can go over here and you can check your... Yeah, you don't see any... It would be listed as a multiplier, so... As much as it's fun to have high morale, if you don't have to worry about negative morale, then you can make some different decisions for sure. So, benefit of the dark. Alright, I'll grab this gold. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and fight this here. So, caustic worms are trying to hide, but you know us, we're evil. So let's lean into it. Alright. And of course we lose our guy again, so I'm going to retry this. I'm going to get this done, and then I think this is a good point to call it here. So, you know, there were requests for more tactical battles, so at least we could show off some of the choices here, right? So again, let these guys be the guide here. Go ahead and hit defend. And it's about the same movement here. Defend. Battle mages can move up a little further because they're going to get some shots off. And again, I'll be aggressive for my lord. But not super aggressive, so we'll go ahead and turn. So everybody will enter defense mode when you do it that way. We're distracted by, what, the flowers here? I should check that. Okay. One of the defending units has a 90% base chance of suffering distracted until end of combat. All attacks targeting this unit are flanking. Ah, that's probably what hurt us. Alright, so again, doing tiers. Looks like right now the puppies are... wow, okay, they do a lot more damage than you think. Because they've got a melee strike that's continuous, doing 15 damage each. And they're pack hunters, so they deal 20% damage per friendly adjacent unit with pack hunter. So I think we may have to target them first. But luckily they put themselves all together. So we'll do probably... oh, no, they got fire resistance, right? Do all of them have fire resistance? Will it show me all of it? No. No fire resistance on them, but what's the fire resistance equal to here? So 41% reduction in fire. And the crows don't hit. So the other option is I can strengthen. Yeah, I think this is still just good because it'll do extra damage on the frost anyway, so it all balances out, yeah. And then let's go ahead and overcast. And we'll hit them again with the Soulfire. I guess we'll do it this way. We'd like to hit them, but in order to get all of them, we'll just do it this way. Okay. So that's doing some damage. Good. Inferno puppies are just out of range, so we'll have to move up. And let's do that. And now they're soulbound. Perfect. All right. So we're doing our work here. All right. So we're just out of range. So yep. So move up. Okay. Now, which one do I want to hit? I can straight up kill them, or I can do a bunch of damage there. I'm not worried about them anymore. So, question is, can I charge them and kill them? Yep, let's do that. Okay. And this unit can charge up and kill them, right? So, let's go ahead and hit them. And now they're soulbound. Perfect. So perfect. We'll charge and kill the puppy. And these guys aren't distracted, so that should help. And then we can move up and hit them 3 times. That should kill another one of the little guys. As you lose figures in a unit like that, you become a little bit weaker. So So this should pretty much even things out. And yeah, now they got negative morale. And yeah, they'll do some damage. But as you can see, he only did 4. Because if you click on him, he was originally doing a lot more, but now he's doing 2 and 2 because he lost his friends. So casualties definitely played a part. So, alright, in this case, we're going to hit them with the magic in order to try and soulbound them. They may already be soulbound, though. Okay. Where do you see their... There we go. Yeah, they're soulbound and weakened times 2. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and hit these guys to try and do the same thing. Well, let's finish them off. There we go. Some morale. And there we go. That should get us extra soul points for all the soulbound. Yep, so we collected 10. We didn't lose our person, and we're leveled up. So we'll go ahead and take that level. Boom. So now we're level 5, so we can get one of these here. Let's see. So restoration, mass rejuvenation, so friendly units in a 2x radius. That's always a good one. Frostfire detonation deals damage. Demon step and teleports to target hex, deals damage. Or visions of woe, they can fumble. So these aren't, none of these give you a free unit, which is unfortunate, but restoration is probably the one I'm looking at, right? No, it's just 1 unit. Oh, target friendly unit that is dead can be revived with 60% of its total hit points. That is actually pretty useful. I didn't know it did that. And deals damage to target unit and then deals 30% damage to all units in a 2-hex radius. That one's nice because, you know, you're doing decent damage, but it does not ignore friendly fire. So let's go with the restoration. Yeah. Being able to revive a unit is pretty useful. And then on the support side, strength training is pretty useful just in general, right? So I think that's what we'll do. Or should we become a battle? We should become a better magic user. Channel power is not bad. And then, you know, eventually getting some of these other things. So let's do channel power. We'll confirm that. Channel power will allow us to basically use an action to get our next magic attack even more powerful. So yeah, we'll go ahead and call it here in the middle of turn 15 here. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.